what happens when one of Donald Trump's most loyal soldiers, okay, in the MAGA movement, decides to celebrate his own cultural heritage? Nothing good. I can tell you that. Nothing good. The MAGA base immediately turned on Kash Patel for posting a simple Happy Diwali message. Okay? Here it is. This is what he posted. Happy Diwali! Celebrating the festival of lights around the world as good triumphs over evil. That's about the most innocuous, no non-problematic posts I've ever seen. But of course, MAGA had a problem. In fact, a lot of the commenters told him to, quote unquote, go back to his country and worship his sand demons. Sand demons, everybody. Wow. Look, here's the thing. Before I get into some of the more, some of these responses, okay, the more controversial ones, the more racist ones, I got to note that almost no one has shown more unwavering commitment to Donald Trump than Kash Patel. All right? Now, you would think that loyalty would pay off, especially with the MAGA base, with everything that he's doing to defend and protect Donald Trump and to go after his political enemies, right? But, of course, you would be mistaken, as the backlash to this post was anything but subtle. Let's start with one of the most direct examples here. This is from Pastor Joel Webbin, who I like to call Discount Matt Walsh. The Matt Walsh that you order if you order him off Wish, okay? Which I don't know why anybody would want to order Matt Walsh anywhere, but there you go. Now, he said, go back home and worship your sand demons. Get out of my country. Your country? Bitch, this ain't your country. This is our country. So, no, I may have... Well, okay, so I have a lot of problems with Kash Patel. None of them have to do with his Indian heritage, okay? And that's really the difference between, people on the left and racists, okay? I got a problem with Kash Patel because he is a loyalist for Donald Trump, and he is right-wing, but again, I'm not a racist, and so I don't look at a brown person and go, ooh, you, get out of my country. No, that's not what we do, okay? That's un-American to tell someone who looks different than you and who has different beliefs to get out of the country, okay? So now another user stated, this is a Christian nation. Check your foreigner stuff at the gate. No, we're not a Christian nation, okay? We are a secular nation. There's also a Christian nationalist known as Sons of Korah who responded to a meme that read, not today, Satan. Okay? That's not, of course, the worst of it. You had ex-user Scott Hambrick, who symbolically flagged Patel's account with DHS. Remember, Patel is the head of the FBI. Okay? Responding to his Diwali post with just one word, quote unquote, deport. You want to deport him? Really? And he's not the only one who put that, okay? A self-described Project 2025 respecter on the site with the name Rusty Shackelford, okay, wrote, we need to deport all Hindus. Ben Garrett, pastor at Refuge Church in Ogden, Utah, said, quote, go back. Go back where? Where? Gabriel Wrench, host of the Cross Politic podcast, said basically, quote unquote, convert or leave. Here's the deal. Either go back to your home country or assimilate into Christian America. Thank you for your attention on this matter. Another asked, what the hell is this? This is America, not India. These people, funny enough, they claim to be American patriots and completely missed the point of America, okay, which is religious freedom, okay? So what does this all mean? Well, look, the vicious reaction to Patel's post is it's just more than, an ugly social media moment, I think anybody who boils it down to that kind of is ignoring the forest for the trees. No, what this shows is a self-destructive obsession on the right with purity politics, which is at the heart of the MAGA movement. Purity. That's what it's about. This isn't about being anti-Democrat, okay, which Republicans are, all right? Obviously. It's not even about being anti-woke, okay? No, this is a movement that is fundamentally against any form of cultural or religious pluralism, even among its own ranks. All they want is straight white Christian males. MAGA claims to be America first, but their definition of who is an American, who is considered to be an American, is not based on citizenship. It's not even based on loyalty to the country. It is based on an ethnic and religious litmus test. That's it. If you do not look and pray like they think that you should, then they do not consider you to be an American. Period. They're not America first. They're a very specific, culturally narrow version of America first, which is white people first. Let's be honest. And Kash Patel isn't the only one where, that had received this kind of backlash online. They went after Tulsi Gabbard, who was, again, also Hindu. Nikki Haley. Look, ironically, this doesn't seem to be a problem for Donald Trump, who also posted a video of him, wishing people a happy or whatever Diwali, right? So Donald Trump doesn't care, okay? He doesn't care, and apparently neither do his fans when it comes to, him wishing people a happy Diwali, right? But if you're a Hindu and you actually post something like that, or if you're just, if you're not Christian and you post whatever non-Christian holidays up, then you're going to get this backlash if you're MAGA, okay? The racist backlash here is not an anomaly. It can't be dismissed as a few fringe voices. No, this was a widespread, visceral reaction from a very vocal part of the MAGA base. And of course, it reveals the movement's deepest, ugliest truth. That they are animated by xenophobia and a demand for absolute cultural conformity. For all their talk of patriotism and their definition of what an American is so completely narrow that it excludes millions of their fellow citizens, even people that are on their own side, even Donald Trump's most devoted allies. It really shows you that loyalty is not enough. Service is not enough. Hell, even being born in America is not enough. They're trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment, after all. Birthright citizenship. Now, if you are not part of their perceived cultural in-group, then you are and will always be the other. And I know it feels like I'm preaching to the choir here, but really, my hope is that someone who happens to be a conservative that is either Hindu or, Muslim or, I know, crazy, or Latino, or someone who is not straight white Christian, okay, sees this and understands that you will never fit in with these people because at their core, they fundamentally hate you, okay? This movement, by the way, is deeply un-American and is so completely consumed by its own purity tests that, of course, they turn against their own. This is an example of what always happens to extremist fascist movements. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.